Welcome back to Universe X. It's Chris, and I am coming at you guys with the next episode of my Archetype breakdown. First and foremost, I want to let two things be known. One, I have been looking at everybody's feedback, the comments, the messages, and previously I was kind of avoiding things like TPs or basic promos because I'm not sure everybody's access to these things. But I've been told a couple times that people would rather me have some of the outlying cards as well that just aren't in the main set in these archetype breakdowns. So I'll be adding that in. I'll also be going out to kind of pick out some of the support for some of those things. So the other part is that this video is dedicated to one of my best bros, Chris, because he likes the Boo deck, and knowing that, I probably should have made this one first. But let's get into it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell because that gives me the fuel to grow this channel. With every subscriber, every comment, every like, the algorithm picks up my videos more, puts me to the top of the search bar. There's just a lot of good stuff that goes along with it. So let's hop right into it. The archetype I'm going to be going on about is Boo. And when it comes to the Boo archetype I'm going to be going over, I'll be going over specifically what's in the pack, and I mean the energy to field loop Boo. I'm not going to be going back to like Awakening Evil, things like the Grand Absorption. That could be another video. In fact, if you guys want to see more about that, please put it in the comments, and I'll dive into a not archetype breakdown, but kind of just like a visiting the past where we mix some of the old Boo stuff with the new Boo stuff and show how that archetype can get even better with these cards. I can do the same thing with Broly. There's a lot of things I can do, so just let me know in the comments if that's what you guys want. So starting off with Boo, we're going to talk about the leader real quick because it's pretty much all these leaders are pretty much the focal points of the deck. One, Majin Boo. Permanent, you can't send cards from the drop area to warps. Auto, when this card attacks, draw a card. Activate main once per turn. Burst 3. Choose one of your energy. You may place the chosen energy in the drop area. If you do, choose up to one Majin Boo card in your drop area and add it to your energy in rest mode. Awaken, when your life is at 4 or less, you may draw one card. Then choose up to one of your energies, switch it to active mode, and flip this card over. So, flipping this card over, you got Majin Boo Ability Absorber, and this is one of the coolest leader arts I've seen in a very long time. Just take it in, breathe it in. But permanent, you still can't send cards from your drop area to your warp. Sparking 7, when this card attacks, draw one and it gains plus 5,000. You guys already know how I feel about plus 5,000 leaders. Activate main once per turn. Choose one of your energy. You may place the chosen energy in your drop area. If you do, choose up to one of your Majin Boo cards in your drop area, add it to your energy and rest mode. Okay, so that is the focal part of the deck. Couple things about this, just off the main ability, you're gonna see between this and the very next card I talk about that sparking is not a problem in this deck. You will put up cards like crap, and so this leader cannot use Overwhelm. It is specifically designed that way because you'll see that with what we're doing, if this deck could use Overwhelm between Sensu and even at one Unyielding Trunks, you'd be able to seamlessly use Overwhelm. You'd probably be a better Overwhelm leader than Mass Sand, and that's kind of crazy. So they wanted to kind of limit that to a very high degree. Actually, all degrees, you just can't use Overwhelm. So next, on the front, you got an interesting toolbox effects that's shared with the back. You'll see in this archetype that your energy becomes a toolbox. The line will proceed to bring out the next step from your energy. And so it's important that the front and the back are able to manage that energy, to be able to switch out the correct pieces in order to never be, just out in the open when it comes to where's my next piece. The last part is, the last two parts. One, the front side is a draw when it attacks leader, and those are always cute because you can still attack, intensifying Trunks' one drops that have swung plenty of things. You can attack them and still draw your card. You're not stuck to attacking a leader and giving them a card if there's something better, juicier on the board. And then lastly, on its backside, this is a plus 5,000 leader. So you can just expect to be able to change the math on swings. Pressuring with a 5K leader on a 10K or a 20K leader on a 10K leader is atrocious. They just have to let it go. They have to negate it. Pressuring a 15K leader means that, you know, they can't just drop a one card. They have to drop a super combo and to combo up that attack. So that's pretty interesting. So next, we're going to move on to the first card to start off this shebang. We have got Majin Buu Prelude to Villainy. Like I said, there's an entire video on these effects, and there's a lot of cards to go over here, so I'm not going to go into their effects. I know I keep saying that, but I mean it this time. All you need to know about this card is that this is a 1-drop that you use burst 3, and if your Majin, or leader card is a Majin, you choose one card from your life and add it to your hand. It has an activate main that you can choose one blue Majin card in your energy and add it to your hand. If you do, you shift this one to your energy. So in rest mode. So this is pretty interesting. Just right here, what you can do is, you can play a Majin Buu card in your energy, tap it, play this guy, burst 3, take a life to hand, and then you just shoop shoop, and you move your energy to your hand and move this guy to your energy. So you're still tapped out, yes, but I think that it's very interesting to understand that with just this combo, with just you going turn 1, Majin Buu Prelude to Villainy, and Majin Buu Leader Effect, you have 6 engrave. And that puts you at sparking for both your combos and your dimensional prison, or dimensional, sorry, that's old Yu-Gi-Oh! Dimension magics. So just off of the very first turn, you have your super combos and negate live. And I think that just goes to show you how the speed that they intended this deck to work at. From turn 1, you're able to use a lot of different tools. Now, the next card we're gonna go into is Unadulterated Evil Majin Buu. When you play him, you can pull a Majin Buu, blue Majin Buu, from your graveyard to your hand. So he's instantly gonna just look to your graveyard and get one of those pieces back. His activate main only costs 1, and if your leader card is a Majin, that's the stipulation for most of these. You choose one blue Majin from your energy with a cost of 3, and you play it. Then you just switch this to your energy mode. So you can see we're already making the ladder. The one just puts himself in energy and searches. So you could easily just play this guy in your energy, play the 1-drop, pull this guy to your hand, and then play the 1-drop, the 1-drop into your energy and rest mode to then play your next energy next turn, and then play this guy. So the next turn, you draw. You know, you can do a couple things, but you have to set up your energy correctly. That's what the leader skill is for, to burst and then swap that. But, you know, you can start off your turn by bursting, getting the 3-drop into play, and then the moment you charge with the 3 energy, you activate this guy, swap him, and you play the 3-drop, which is the Majin Buu Intensifying Evil. So when you get to the 3-drop off of 1 energy on turn 3, if this card will be removed from your battle area by your opponent's skill, you can discard 2 cards from your hand and place them in your drop area instead. So this is the guy that's meant to be the kind of midpoint of your combo. It's turn 3, they want to make sure he just can't get wiped off the board by random things. When he attacks, you choose up to one of your opponent's cards with an energy cost of 4 or less, and you put it at the bottom of the other's deck. So we pseudo removal. And on turn 3, this will get a lot of things off the board, unless you're facing Broly, in which case. But activate main for 2 energy. So in the same turn, if your leader card is a Majin card, if you have 3 more energy, choose up to 1 Majin Buu card with an energy cost of 4 from your energy area and play it, and you move this guy to rest mode. So that is pretty neat. Now the 4-drop is moving on to Prodigious Absorption Majin Buu. It's got barrier, so it's starting to get a little more, you know, just protected. But when this card is played from an energy area, choose up to 1 battle card in your drop area and place it underneath this card. Activate main once per turn. If there's a Gotenks card under this card, play 1 Majin token, And if Majin tokens have a 1500, or they're basically just the ghost tokens, 15,000 power, 0 combo cost, 5,000 power. Now you can play 4 energy with this card in order to cheat a 7 cost from your energy area and play it. And that's what we're getting onto right next. Now we're on Ultimate Absorption, Majin Buu. Triple Strike. Loses barrier but gains Triple Strike. Auto, when this card is played from your energy area, choose up to 1 battle card from your drop area and place it under this card. Then choose up to 1 blue energy and switch it to active mode. Auto, once per turn, when this card attacks, if there is a Sun Gohan Adolescence placed under this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, place it under this card, and then switch it to active mode. So. This is going to be the height of what you are doing. Now, he's a triple strike, he swings hard, and on top of swinging hard, you're able to choose like 1 battle card that they have, without barrier of course, and put it under this. And that does a lot of things. Now the major ruling is going to be whether Broly cards proc off of this Majin Buu. Because the Broly cards don't proc off of this Majin Buu, then you can start just sucking up these things with this, with other cards we'll talk about later, and you could really start messing up their board presence. So we really have to see how that ruling pans out. But the next cards I actually want to go over are kind of supplementary cards. From the pack, the TP, we've got Hercule the Majin Whisper. And now this one doesn't really have as much as a place on this archetype as well as it would probably on the older cards mixed with the newer cards. But auto, when you play this card, choose up to 1 Majin Buu card in your battle area. If there's a Majin Buu with an energy cost of 1 under it, choose 1 Majin Buu card with an energy cost of 1 amongst them and play it in your battle area. And if you played this card, played a card, draw a card. So this card is actually really interesting. Like I said, it doesn't really have a place in this one, and I'll probably dive into it much deeper in another video. But if you're playing Energy Boost Majin Buu in your Majin Buu deck, especially the old ones, you can then just play. You can literally just play this card, peel off the 1-drop Majin Buu, play it, and then just draw 2. So it's a +1 for 1 energy, and that's kind of cool. Like I said, there's not really a time often where I feel like you could get the Majin Buu, the 1-drop Majin Buu on. Like the 4-drop, I don't really think you don't have to put Gotenks underneath the 4-drop. It's just kind of more important that you put Gohan underneath the following Buu. So I feel like with this, if you wanted to put a 1-drop under, whether it be Energy Boost or the new 1-drop, you could then play Hercule and play it, get a card from your life, mill 3, draw another one from Hercule's effect. It's kind of like that, but this is definitely some stuff for the older more so than the newer. Now moving on to the next card that kind of actually directly ties in with this deck. This deck already has a lot of options to work with, and the Gohan card is amazing. However, the Buuhan. However, if you get into a spot where you know it's game, your opponent is tapped out, maybe your opponent's hand's weak, you've been pressuring it, you still can play this monster, Ultimate Evil Majin Buu. You know, he can go on to a 5-cost or more Majin Buu with only 1 energy. So, you know, you're playing with the SR Ultimate Buuhan, and you know, you swing with your active mode, or you swing with your triple strike, and then you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, put it under this card, up to is important because you can choose 0 and still do it. Switch this dude to active mode, swing again for triple strike, and then if they thought it was over right then, you then pay a blue to slam down Ultimate Evil Majin Buu. He gains plus 30,000, so he goes up to 60,000 triple strike, and you swing again. So this deck definitely has power, like power. Mind you, you are getting up to 4 energy, and that's kind of rough unless you were using ramp, but being able to use your dimension magics, your sensu beans, your super combos early may ensure that you actually survive some of the onslaught that your opponent's putting out. So that being said, you might actually have the chance to get up to 4 energy using the blue defensive package. And with that in mind, this is a great combo because coming at your opponent for 9 damage on turn 4 is pretty impressive. If they have the 3 negates, they have the 3 negates, but it's like if they don't, you're draining all the combo power out of their hand. Especially seeing as that a lot of cards do kind of cause you to tap out, and if you're not meeting sparking at that time, you are going to be kind of in a world of hurt. The next card I wanted to talk about in this video was the most evil absorption in history. It's a 3-drop, which is hefty for removal, but it only takes a Majin Buu leader, and you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and one of your Majin Buu, and you put that battle card under it. Like I said, if Broly does not consider itself destroyed or KO'd, if this is not considered removed from the field, if Mafuba is not considered removed from the field, then I don't think this one is considered removed from the field. But if that's the case, this card will be a 3 energy out to your opponent's Broly chain, and they don't get it destroyed. If you take the 6-drop, then not only did you stop the 8-drop from coming out, but if they enraged or if they Tragic Awakening to get the 4-drop, it's infinitely worse than if they were doing it on the 6-drop. So there's a lot of cool things with this card that are going to hinge on the rulings happening in one way or another. The next card I was actually going to talk about is actually Dawn of Evil. It's a 1-drop, and it's a very unique search card. Auto, when you activate this card, you can't activate Dawn of Evil for the duration of the turn. This makes it so that you can't just play 4 of them on the first turn, because it does have a tap 1, play, untap ability, which would be very abusive if it'd be a 0 cost essentially if you didn't have this auto onto it. But activate main, if your leader card is a Majin, look at the top 10 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 blue Majin Buu card with an energy of 3 or less among them and add them to your hand, or add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. If you add a card to your hand, choose up to 1 of your blue energy and untap it. So it can whiff, and if it whiffs, you don't get to untap. So, but with the way this deck is, your deck is meant not to whiff like that. You can catch the 1-drop Buu, you can catch the 2-drop Buu, you can catch the 3-drop Buu, and since all 3 of those are cards, since this deck mills through burst to make a toolbox out of your graveyard and your energy, you're going to want to max out those. So 12 cards out of your 50 card deck minimum, 12 minimum is what you're looking for out of the top 10. So that's a pretty good chance not to miss. And so yeah, we're going to move on. The last card I was going to talk about, actually I'm sorry I didn't talk about it earlier, it's from set 6. It's the ultimate comeback card. In case all your stuff gets destroyed on turn 6, or on turn 4, on turn 5 you can follow up with Bring Back Buu, which is a sparking 10 if your leader card is a Majin card and you have 5 or more energy. Choose up to 1 blue Majin Buu card with energy of 4 or less, or 1 red Majin Buu from your energy and area and play it. If you play a card, choose up to 1 battle card in your drop area and place it on the card you played the skill with. So immediately this brings back your Goten Buu, your Buu tanks, and you can put a card under it. And after you do so, you can, just start playing your turn like normal. This ensures that hopefully, this ensures that hopefully you should be able to work on getting your Buuhan back out on the field turn 6. So I do like how between Tragic Awakening and Bring Back Buu, they're really making cards for you to come back into the game. So real quick, we're just going to go over this one more time because there's just kind of a chain of operations I wanted to make sure everybody understood. You start out with the 1-drop. You play the 1-drop, like for instance, we'll go over here. You charge the 2-drop, you play the 1-drop. You burst 3, take a life to hand. If you burst 3 with your leader, your super combos and your sparkings are all live at this point. Then you next turn you charge your second energy. Hopefully it's 3-drop in Majin Buu, but if it's not, you can always switch it around with your leader effect. You activate you play the 2-drop that you brought back to your hand when you put the 1-drop in energy, and that dude is going to be able to come into play, choose a blue Majin from your drop area, and there's 6 in there right now at minimum, and you take it to hand, hopefully setting you up for future plays. Next turn, you pay 1, you charge up to 3, you pay 1, and you put the 3 drop from your energy to the field. All right. At this point, hopefully, you are activating your leader ability to put the 4 drop into your energy after you've used this 1 energy, because you can put the energy you use down, replace it. You know, you're always replacing the tapped energy with these effects, so you don't neg yourself on energy, of course. But now that you've got the 3 drop out, if you want to tap out, if you have your Dimension Magic set, if you have your Super Combo set, you feel comfortable with tapping out, you can then pay 2, tapping all total of 3 of your energy, to play the 4 drop from your energy and switch it with this card. Okay, so now you're moving up the ladder. At this point, you can put your Boo tanks on the field, and if you do want to go the route of making a Majin token, you can put one of your super combos, because the new sparking super combo for this set is Go Tanks. It's Super Saiyan 3 Go Tanks using the Boo Volleyball. I was wondering why they made such a cool character a super combo. I even said it in my past videos for Blue, but this makes so much more sense now that I've played the deck. You take the Go Tanks and you put it right under the super combo you already used to defend yourself from early aggression. You put it right under here, and that's all you need. Now you can make a Go Tanks token, so you have extra combo power to defend yourself. You can swing with this guy if you feel comfortable with it. He has barrier, but he can be swung on, and that's that. And then your next turn, you play your 4th energy. You make another Go Tanks token. You know, why not? Free cards are free cards, and you pay 4. And that 4 will bring you up to Ultimate Absorption Majin Buu. Now, there are a couple more things that are interesting about this, because tech sometimes are the choices that put you between, you know, not going in or, you know, just winning a tournament because of a small interaction. You can play the original 4 drop Evil Buu, and when you play the Go Tanks, you can choose that Evil Buu to put under there. Yes, barrier on a barrier card is redundant, but when you evolve, well, when you, oops, I am so sorry. Let me wake that back, because that just actually tripped me out. Like, there is no evolve. So scratch that. You always gonna put the Go Tank super combo under, make your token, do your thing. Next turn, make another token, pay your 4, play this dude, put the other guy back in energy, the Go Tanks will fall back into the grave. And this guy will untap energy. So you're sitting with 4 energy, 3 of them tapped. You put the Gohan into this one, they put a new blue 3 drop Gohan in here just for the purpose of being milled and put into this card. And then you've got your attacker on board. And it's really cool the way that works. So yeah, that's the way the line goes. It's clear, it's linear, but it's powerful. And I believe it can be consistent with how many cards you're milling and the leader's ability to swap in and swap out. And even when you're harassing with your Buuhan, you have the ability to just go balls deep and attack with the old SR Buu for another triple strike at a whopping 60k base. So that's what I just wanted to go over. I hope you guys liked the video. Tell me if this video was better than the other ones because of the addition of promos and previous cards that fit directly into this archetype. Thank you guys, of course. Again, I can't thank you enough. I know I've already thanked you before, but I can't thank you enough. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Help me, help you, help me. And like I've been saying, when you're aiming for the top of the grind, don't stop, except in the reverse order, because apparently I can't even remember my own deemed catchphrase. Thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you next time you guys decide to stop by Universe X. Peace.